Shalom, que pasa, buenos dias, mahaloha, bonjour, ciao. Welcome to my channel, Cowboys Hippie Live. How's everyone doing out there? Back here at my little stomping grounds, Cool Cloud. Anyway, hope all is out there and you're out there, you're trying to be more than just a nice person, you know, a religious person. You're actually looking in the mirror before you come here to be equal. Okay, because look at here, this is one of my favorite books. I know it very well. It says, but some of you say you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without your works and I will show you my faith by my works. He says, you believe that there is one God? Hey, you do good, well, partner. Boom, you're on there. But look, it says, even the demons believe and tremble. Because anymore, nobody trembles before God. They think, oh, Jesus did it. I'm good to go. That's what the little, these Catholic priests and that, pedophiles, things like that. That's what they say. Oh, well, hey, Jesus is clean. I don't have to be. I can just do whatever I want. I don't have to be obedient. Because they don't tremble. They think they're good because the devil has transformed himself into an angel of light. And there's people out there that ain't, well, they're not going to give up their families. In this age, it says, because that's what community was about. They're not going to give up their possessions, their opinions, okay? But look, even the devil believes and trembles, okay? So belief ain't crap, because that don't work in nothing. The devil believes. It's more than that. It's more than being one of those sheep or the rich man or the guy in Mark 9:38 through 41. Those people believe sincerely. But our Father and our King, they're going to say, I never knew you. Because let me just tell you a little secret. Christ has came and he's sitting at the right hand of God. According to the word, this ain't something that I made up, okay? He's waiting on God to make his enemies, pride, vanity, lust, selfishness, a footstool, through his bride, actual people that come together, lives like ants, cares for one another. Nobody says anything was their own, okay? And they come together and they clean their robe every night, confessing that why it is they don't really want to lay down their life for the brother, because we're all kind of bent on ourselves, you know. We need each other. In Proverbs, it says a man's right in his own eyes, you know. And that's why you need one another, because I could sit down about myself and write a list of things that I think is wrong with me. And then I can give that to, you know, somebody that's known me for years, and they'll see things in me that I don't see. And they're like, hey, brother, you know, and I can be submitted to them like the word says, be like, look in the mirror and go, wow, yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, let me work on that. Appreciate that. Or I can go, hey, you son of a gun, you don't know what you're talking about, and kick his ass, because that's how I used to be. I was black belt. I went to prison. And I can remember the day that I really got saved to love. I'd already believed in Jesus, kind of like Catholic priests, and they think they can just go and boop, they're good because Jesus did it all. They can do little boys, little babies, and they're good. And they're unaccountable, you know, but no, there's sin unto death that, hey, in this life, you got to get rid of that guy. That's the law, because there is sin unto death. We don't even want to pray about that, but, you know, if he spilled the paint and pissed you off, pray about that. You know, or if he smokes or cusses something, yeah, pray about that. Because that's not sin unto death. All right? All right? But that's why it takes one another that come together, just like the word says. The we's, the us's, that was all those that came together and surrendered their life to one another. But anyway, let me tell you the story of where I got love. I was in prison, because I went to prison when I was younger for selling drugs. You know, a lot of them. I went, you know, for, it's crazy. Anyway, I should have had life, you know, because it was big time. But God opened the doors, man, and I ended up doing 8 years. But that's what it took. But while I was in there, you know, you got to get clicked up. So, of course, I was hanging out as a white boy, and white boys hang out with white boys, black boys, you know, and it's just the way it is. It's just the underworld. And Anyway, this cop, he kept bumping into me, and my homie said, look, you don't take care of that. If he does it again, we're going to take care of you. So when he did it again, I had to slam this police in the chow hall. Woo, boy, they put the deuces on me, and they locked me up in a hole by myself, you know, like 280 blocks in there. And for the first 5 days, they told me, oh, I put semen in there. There's poop in your food, because they brought you your food to put it through a little hole, you know. We spit in it, boogers in it, and I slung it out for 5 days. But then I'd take the milk because it wasn't open, you know. And I prayed to our Father. I said, man, show me, Jesus, the love he had. And that night, man, boom, it was an epiphany. And I went from a rough, tough dude that would punch you right in the throat if you stepped out of line with that mouth, you know. And I said, just show me love. And man, the next meal, how you gonna eat it this time? I was like, yes, sir, thank you. And I was thankful. I said, you know, if it's in there, it's in there. And that's what God wants me to eat. And hey, I love you, brother. And that was a seed planted in that officer that was that way too. You know, I'm glad he got to use me as a vessel there. But back to just believing in Jesus. If you don't do more than the Pharisees and that, oh, just preaching this, your religion, you are not saved. Because look, the apostles had to sneak up into the churches and be like, no, come live with us, man. Give up everything. Come really work on the things that matter to our Father, our Creator. Things that he wants to wipe out, that the evil one's trying to wipe out, you know, with technology, mixing iron and clay, but it won't happen. All right. Because we can say the words, but if you ain't done the simple things that he said do, how can you call him teacher? His own words. People are mad at me for quoting the word. Because really, you don't even need it. It's instinctively in us. He wants us to be like ants, care for one another. And that's why he said, you know, man, you got to make a choice between your family and all that, you know. And even show love. And that was why he picked those 12 apostles. Look, because they all, Peter, his mother and everything, when he was up there dying, they all denied him. People still deny him today. Christians, fake, lying Christians, because they've let the cabal teach. All you got to do is go down there on Sunday. Just be a good person. Those sheep are good people. But they go to the place that was prepared for them. It's in the kingdom, but it's outside the city gates, which is where our Father will be. You know, there'll be streets of gold there. The city walls are made out of, you know, it's got pearly gates and amethyst walls, because his energy, that's what it's going to take to contain all of our energies. Those that make it to the round table, I hope I'm one. I've gave him everything, and I'm going to continue to preach his message. I've gave up a badass home, all my money, and I've been to many mansions on this earth, and I know I'll be on another, because I preach the true gospel. I don't preach the gospel of Jesus, which is what the lie is. The falling away was what was called the way. It was the way of life. And that's when those disciples go there, they say, hey, give up that life, come live with us. The worst thing you can do, and this is from the word, is go meet a random stranger and say, hey, man, you believe in Jesus? No? Well, man, he loves you, man. And this guy's at his point in his life, he's like, yeah, I hate my life. Well, just let me pray this prayer, a little sinner's prayer, and then have a good life. And it says you left them worse off for the name of Jesus, okay? Because he don't know. He's lost like a little baby. Nobody to show him nothing. He's going back to do his own thing. You understand, people? And you got to ask yourself, do I really even believe in God? Will I give up God everything? I want him to have everything. I want him to give me everything. No, but he's got everybody feared. My ex-wife, she says, I don't know how you always landed on your feet. I said, it wasn't me. Because she knows she did some dirty deeds, man. You know? Anyway, our strength's in our unity. When two or more people are together and they're doing selfless, righteous acts of love for one another, that's the fine linen. But it changes our DNA frequency and they can't lock onto it. And we got to be like Wonder Twin powers activate. It's more than just going to church. You got to surrender your authority to our King. And that's through whoever the leader is. You know, leaders, it's not just one, it's 3-strand cords. And then you listen to your brother, even the least, because they gathered in a circle, looked at each other's face before the sun went down, confessed to one another, man, I'm sorry I'm like I am. I didn't mean to be lazy today. You know, I didn't mean to throw the hammer. You know, I didn't mean to be selfish. Because look, even like an overweight person that eats 10 gallons of ice cream a day, you think our Father is in that? No, something's tickled that person's ear. And he needs encouragement, exhorting one another, love, wash each other's feet, go be in a manger, you know. Because there's 2 lives. Wow, that's my favorite little, what a sign, Father, thank you. Anyway, spread love, be light, much love. Crazy up on the hill. I wish I could see where that, you know, you can kind of way back there. You can see that steeple from that church I did. But man, it's like I had my phone was blocked. Anyway, stay strong. Wherever you are, man, just start getting people out of the system. 100 people on acres. You don't need 100 washing machines. It's our tax dollars. You can't serve God and money. Much love. Peace in.